My journey as a cybersecurity professional. So, starting at the beginning, I started in cyber a couple years ago. I was in the National Guard, and it was just like one of those niches, right, where everything just seemed so brand new and it was always changing. I like to think of cybersecurity as the most level playing field in IT because you can know everything today and be a complete rookie tomorrow. And thinking from things of that aspect, I really felt like, okay, I want something that's challenging, but I also want something that's rewarding. And I believe that cybersecurity was the best career field for me to go into. So I started a couple years ago as just like a junior engineer, and it slowly but surely has escalated into something very great, thanks to EC Council and CEH. I would say this the CEH program is something that for I don't want to necessarily say a beginner, but in a sense, someone that really wants to understand that foundation of cybersecurity, more specifically pen testing. When it comes to ethical hacking, uh, it's a course that allows one to really get into the weeds, so to speak, and that's good. And I just appreciated the fact that as I'm going through, the material and sitting with the instructors and learning all this stuff, it wasn't something where I felt like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. It was like a lot of stuff actually made sense. Oh man. Okay. So CEH in my career. So I would say basically from the beginning when I came on as a junior engineer, uh, I felt like I needed something that separated me from the pack in a sense. I needed something that would allow me to prove that, hey, I'm not just, reading these books and, doing this stuff. I have like that backing of something that's well renowned, something that's well known, especially in the DoD sector. Um, so I pursued CEH for that specific reason. And once I got it, it it changed things drastically because okay, he has these certs here, but we don't really know if he's really good at this. And I think CEH really took me over the top and started to like open way more doors than I expected to be open. Well, CEH is one of the I would put that up there within another security cert well known in the DoD, which is Security Plus. Um, those certifications pretty much ensure that whoever you're hiring knows what they're doing, know what they're talking about. And even if they don't, they know how to find it. CA specifically, to me, wasn't one of those certs where you just take it and, okay, I'm done with this knowledge. I'll never have to apply it. It's like, no, even just the way that you study for CEH can be applied to everything, specifically in the DoD sector, because everything can change. And trying to understand how a network is secure, how someone could possibly get into that network, I think is why uh, government sectors really like people having that CEH certification. So simple answer, yes. Um, yeah, CEH definitely pushed me further along my career path. Like I said, I started as an engineer, well, junior engineer, which went into a network engineer, which went into cybersecurity analyst, which also turned into information security manager, which is what I do now for Lannan Technologies here in Ponte Vedra, Florida. Um, we, I think, honestly, the talking to a lot of the senior leaders, that's really what helped me stand out when they hired me was the fact that okay, he has the usual certs, the usual suspects, so to speak. What does he have that makes him different from everyone else? And when they saw, oh, he has CEH, that's something really big in the DoD. We deal with DoD contracts amongst other things. So I think once I got that certification, they were like, okay, we can elevate him to a different role as opposed to the role we initially wanted to hire him for. Because I believe that's what CEH really stood for to me, in a sense. It's just one of those things that you take with yourself for life. You know what I'm saying? It elevated me to a position that I honestly didn't see myself getting to so quickly. But now that I'm in it, it makes sense that, okay, I can use what I learned in CEH, understanding how to think like a bad actor, which allows me to protect our systems better. As far as impact level for me, this cert was it was quite the challenge. I can't lie, it was quite the challenge. Because you're not only do you have the multiple choice portion, but you also have a practical, practical exercises that you have to go through. And once you start doing things in a practical manner, you start to understand how the world really starts to work and how things are actually implemented as opposed to just the theory. Because anybody can have a theory, but with this certification, it really pushes you to the limit of, okay, yeah, the book says this, but not all the times will things be like this. How can you think outside the box? And if I had to label CEH, I would put it as an exam that makes you think outside the box on a lot of things. Yeah, I would say so. So after getting the CEH certification, I was allowed the opportunity to speak with, I guess you would say, the youth in a sense. I'm not that old myself, but I was able to speak to them talking, about basic cyber hygiene, and not only that, local businesses when it comes down to like that basic cyber training in regards to, strong passwords, using multi-factor authentication, things of that nature. Uh, I believe that having that certification gives me that backing to where, okay, you want me to speak about these certain elements because I hold a certification that you recognize that allows me to do such things. Oh, my favorite part is definitely the certification. I'm just kidding. Um, I would say my favorite part is just the actual journey, and and that's something I would tell anybody that really wants to break out into cyber. Understand that it is a journey. It is not a sprint. I would even put it as a marathon because this thing continues to go on and on and on. There is no end. As you get better, so do bad actors. Everyone continues to get better, so the challenge is always there. It's always something that you have to kind of wrap your mind around. That hey, there's really no standstill here. You can always continue to grow. You can always continue to learn. And I think CEH really taught me that. Specifically my instructor. He was really great. I think his name was Dr. Reed, but he definitely helped us out when it came to understanding uh, just that cyber way of thinking when it comes to the world in cyber. And CEH just basically took that to another level of saying, hey, you know, this is what it is now, but in a few years, because of the way things are going, it's going to change. It's going to evolve, and you need to be able to adapt to it. And I believe CEH is really an adaptable, you know, certification. Yes, so I would first and foremost would like to thank EC Council for, you know, being able to teach such a robust subject in a, in a very understandable manner. I understand that, there's not a lot that, is stagnant within the cybersecurity element, other than the fact that it's always changing. So to have a course that's essentially kind of hits on everything, it's very rare. Um, this cert has really taken me places that I didn't really think I would be able to get to, because my journey is a little unique. I don't have a bachelor's in cybersecurity. Everything was self-taught. Everything was self-learned. Going through and meeting with instructors, joining LinkedIn groups, stuff like that, and being able to get something as should we say credentialed as CEH was definitely a big moment for me. Um, so I would tell anybody that If I can do it, you definitely can do it as well. I know it's cliche, but it's really the truth. When it comes down to cybersecurity, you really have to put in the effort, regardless of what school you go to. Honestly, regardless of what certification you hold, although CEH is great, you have to continuously put in the effort and the time to get better. And if you can do that, your options will be endless.